Welcome to Familiar Territory, an anime podcast hosted by two white dudes who've been friends for over 15 years. Here we talk about the history and influence of anime, as well as review anime new and old. So grab your talking cap and transform into some comfy clothes as we step into a familiar territory. My name is Grant.
And I'm Brantley.
Alright, so, Brantley.
Yes.
We are going to be watching a show called Battle Girl High School, which sounds just as good as it is. So it is based off of something. Can you guess?
Girls in high school.
No. But what did it? Because it's not an anime original. It had something else.
Okay. Let's start from the things I hope it would begin as. How about manga?
It's not a manga.
I'm already sweating. How about an online web social experience?
That's it, baby. It is a social. It's a social media game.
No,
what? Battle Girl High School is a Japanese social network game, and it didn't last particularly long. The game actually ended in July 31st last year, so 2019. So it didn't last very long, but it was a social media game. The thing that's crazy about it is I can't find too much information about the game itself. The wiki has a bunch of songs, so it might have been like an idol song. But yeah, it is a social network game, and the anime adaptation came in July 2nd to September 17th of 2017.
Oh man, I was gonna do a thing where like I lead up to like light novel or web novel. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So what's crazy is the studio that did it is Silverlink. So they've done things like Nan Nan Biori. They've done some of the Fate series. They've done, I believe, they did I will say they did do Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody, which is great. They also have,
what a relief.
Yeah, they've also done your the one you've been watching, the isekai about the girl.
Yeah.
Well, they've done Hamafura. Yeah,
that's Lead to Doom.
Yeah, they've done that. So it's not like they don't have good things under their belt. It's not like they're just a studio who got this is like their only thing. Because sometimes when you get shows that are like, the quality of this show is very, very
choose your words carefully.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of something. It's it's very highs and lows, but the highs aren't very high and the low are very lows. And to be fair, I think having this show as their backdrop made it a little hard. So I've seen this. At least I've seen the first episode, I think. Here's the thing. I think I've only seen the first episode, but so much shit happens in the first episode that I have no idea if I've actually seen like up to episode 3.
Well, I'm ready. So are you ready?
I am ready. So for those who are listening, this is what we're going to try to do is a watch along, which means we are going to record our actual reactions to the episode while we watch it. We will tell you when we press play if you want to watch along with us, and then we will talk about the show after we finish. We will try and make different cuts, so we can cut out the middle part if you don't want to listen to the live reactions, or if you just want to listen to the live reactions, we'll try and be as funny as we can without there being a visual medium. So
you're putting a lot of trust in us, but thank you.
Yes, but thank you. All right,
thank you, viewers.
So are you ready?
I am.
All right, so I'm going to be pressing play. You can watch Battle Girl High School on Verve, which is what we're watching it on. So we'll be playing in 3, 2, 1, play. I will say that this show almost exclusively rips off Simpo Gear, which is a weird show to rip off. So
is that Yggdrasil?
No, it's I guess.
What? It's Okay.
It's a life tree.
I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that we have an initial reference right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Oh no, she was sleeping in class.
Hey,
whoa.
Count the characters.
Oh no, 2, 16?
I think so. There might be 13, but there are a lot of characters.
That is a great teddy bear. That was straight up Harry Potter Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah.
That's a tall phone. You know what? I was wrong. I wasn't ready. I'm not ready for this at all.
So right now we are in the classroom with all the characters of the show. Now these aren't side characters. Now of course you have like your main 3, but this show really wanted to do a very large cast because it's a social network game. So I have a game for you after this. But I'm not going to tell you what it is until
Is it Battle Girl High School?
No, we're not going to play.
That got shut down apparently, according to you.
So don't worry. They're going to a concert right now. These are the three characters that I kind of remember.
Okay, so Miki is our main character because she's been name dropped so far, I think.
So we have Subaru and Haruka. So not only are these girls, so we're now at a idol concert, which is very much Symphogear-esque magical girl idol concert. They're called Fortissimo, which is very loud in music.
Oh, so now, wait, miasma's growing thicker. Okay.
So they're not... So now that they can't go to the concert because they have to do magical girl shit.
I was just about to cut in and say, Grant, you can't just call it like Symphogear because there's a concert happening. I feel like I'm going to be swiftly proven wrong.
They just had the little like setup. Here we go. It's
these are not like they know these girls.
Oh yeah, this isn't some. We don't get character introductions. We have to know that the characters are being introduced. We don't need. They already know each other.
Ow. So chalk that up with our characters, no celebrities,
who are also celebrities and also go to the high school.
Yeah. Is that some CG? I see. Hey, it's a Digimon.
It does look like a Digimon.
Uh-oh, someone threw something at it.
All right, are you ready for the laziest transformation scene?
Yeah. Oh, I wish that girl lost her tooth right then and there as they dropped. And they get home, and the mom just kind of checks her out. Like, oh no, did you get bruised or anything? It's just,
here's a transformation scene.
I dropped you and you lost a tooth. Okay, bed of flowers. That's interesting. Blink. Ooh, I hate the outfit.
Oh no, the outfits are really bad. I believe they are also CG when they fight.
That was CG for a moment there. Not drawn over.
You remember how in Madoka, each character got a little transformation scene to kind of like express their character and development and show like parallels to who they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, everyone just falls in a bed of flowers in the show and then gets weapons and turns CGI.
I see. Well, at least it's fast.
Yeah, it is fast. Because they have to fit all their characters into a show. So now we get the full experience of listening to their idol songs. Because it's crazy how much they fit into this first episode, because I'm pretty sure I've only watched one episode.
Yeah. Ooh, I did not like that shot.
No.
You cannot overdo it when you're killing monsters.
Yeah. So right now we're fighting monsters, and the green one killed it, and she apologized for killing it.
I guess that's a personality trait.
It can be.
I am shocked that we've already made it into like vacant gray building for which massive destruction can happen. Glad we're there. Also raises a question then, if these things can do property damage, how come this concert has not been canceled despite the fact that they definitely know deadly monsters are outside?
If you
Like,
thought
even
we were
if it's
only
a far distance away. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It keeps going. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh no.
So we just got a panning shot of the rest of the cast, who's all here. And also, I don't know if you heard, but when they set the little like home base headquarters said like there's an abandoned factory up ahead, so that they were like straight up go
kill the things in the abandoned factory. That's still not property damage we have to worry about.
It's so bizarre. I forgot how many like I remember there being just too many characters, but there's just more, and they're all just gags.
Oh man.
So
nice work. Don't go picking on my friends.
I like the ones that have just straight up guns. I just think that's the best.
Yeah, I think maybe they kind of won the roulette there.
Well, the thing is that people will straight up have the same weapon too.
Yeah.
Just like different. Like it's like, oh, she has a big ass sword. This person has a big ass sword, but it's different. Also, I think this show kind of breaks the magical girl aesthetic of each person being monochromatic, and they're only monochromatic. So it's like you have a green one, but you also have a green one that's slightly off green, and it gets very confusing.
I'm getting a whole lot of Love Live vibes off of this.
Yeah. See, look, there's like 3 spears there.
Yeah.
There's like an axe.
Axe shape, yeah.
Oh, she did a peace sign.
No, that can't be. Mission complete.
Oh, they gotta look at the data. So now we're back in their headquarters where they monitor all the girls' life force and attack power and mobile game figure sales potential.
Oh no, the girls are losing their touch. What do you mean?
I know, it's they drop you right in the middle of the show. We don't know why they have powers. They probably explain it in one of the 13 episodes. I did look at the episode list, and like 3 of them are filler, and it's like a 12-13 episode series, which is bad news.
Yeah. I feel like we should already be hitting credits right now.
We are 8 minutes in. 9 minutes in.
So if you needed a timestamp, folks, there you go. Just slip that in there accidentally.
So now they're all they all made it to the concert.
Can you imagine being a high schooler and saying our fight is against the merciless one?
I think I said that.
And not having people look at you funny.
I'm pretty sure I said that at least once in high school. All right, so now
I wish we could rewind because that computer was fucked up. It had like spikes and the screen just stretched across it, unless that was the dashboard. I don't know. Technology doesn't work like that. Are those her parents or their friend?
It's the Fortissimo girls. It's the idol girls.
I thought they were in the same room. I should have made the connection that they're using their phones, but they legitimately did a reverse shot, and so I got freaked out for a second.
So this is the best part. We are about to we got the fight, right? We got the entire kill the monsters, save the concert, go to the concert, have a great day. Now we're gonna have some character drama with some friendship overtones. And then we're going to go to school and learn all about our giant cast.
Oh, man. Oh, they're still on the phone. Wah wah.
Dude, this gal had a long day. She had high school, fought monsters, and then went to a concert.
Yeah. Which did not get canceled.
No, it didn't.
Uh-oh, it's Roxas.
All right.
Uh-oh, Kendo Club. Oh no, she's just part of the disciplinary committee, and
which means she gets a sword.
Yeah.
So now we are at the high school in which this show is named after, the Battle Girl High School.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to see their entire life. Look at this guy. Oh, I love the gazebo garden they have at this school.
This is straight up out of Revolutionary Girl Utena.
I haven't seen that one. Which
you
is
will
a
soon
sin.
enough.
I know that's a sin.
No, we'll get there.
I know. It's supposed to be great.
Wow, this is like 100%. Like, I mean, okay, a garden is not a novel concept, but like that shot in particular looked extremely, like, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's so now we get to
decisions at home. Oh.
What'd you say?
I said viewers make your own decisions at home. Also, the perspective on that binder didn't look right.
There's Roxas again.
Yeah, I wonder if she's supposed to be like the.
Look at all this information they give.
Whoa! Oh, favorite food strawberry tart. That's all I saw. She wants to be a doctor. Bad news, you're a superhero. Sorry, you're gonna have to settle for that.
So, do you think all these girls are the same age in the same class?
I mean, they were all in the same room a little earlier, so.
No, you're wrong. They are like 11 to 19.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay.
I really... Ooh. Wait, if they're up to 19, are those the ones that are, like, out working as idols already? Or are they, like...
so.
Okay.
I think I looked this up when I watched it the first time.
Or did they get held back? Because if they did, hey, that's all right. Everyone works at a different pace.
But I'm maybe 18.
But also, what are you
oldest.
doing at school? You have your lives threatened. You're just gonna... Oh, no. Who took that photo? Who took that photo?
Oh, you'll see. Don't worry. It's a minor plot point.
This is very invasive. Oh no, is it the hooded person?
No, the hooded person is another...
The mobile game plot device.
So this girl...
They have to appear in the background so they can say, who is she, for 11 episodes and solve it on the 12th.
Oh no, they solve that at the end of this episode, I think.
Oh. Well, that's just subverting all of my expectations, isn't it?
So in case you're wondering what's going on in this scene, they're trying to get a PC club started at school. And, well, they have a PC club, but it's getting cut. Because no one actually does anything in the PC club. Except the girl with the chip clips as her hair clips. So, and the other girl just drinks tea. It's like K-On, but bad.
Yeah, it's a thing too. Like, as far as I can tell from experiences of anime, hooray! Clubs will get like legitimate funding for supplies and stuff. Like, they'll make proposals and whatnot in order to have money to get supplies and things. So if your club doesn't have enough people, then I understand, yeah, you're gonna get the axe because other people could use the money instead. Or use the space, so on and so forth. So there's a little background on that. I do love that nobody wants to join the PC club, given that this is Japan. That feels pretty accurate.
That's true.
Again, talking as an outsider, talking in, really, really basic assumptions, but funny. Why am I still talking about this? There are other things happening, like Gardening Club, which is not gardening inside the massive walled garden we had before, but
And you also missed the soccer club.
I did see them. I just didn't have anything to say about it. The soccer club is the soccer club.
Also, not only let's go back to these girls' daily routine. Not only do they have high school, Not only do they have to become superheroes, not only are some of them idols, they also fight crime and go to clubs. That's so much. That's so much.
So in other words, they're legitimate Gen Z high school experience.
Hey.
Okay. Hey! Who are you?
Oh, we're back to
cut
fighting.
that out. Oh, whoa.
What is her
Why
weapon?
do they always have to show up when we're on duty? I hope that's when they would show up. I think you would hope that too, so that way you're not getting pulled out of tasks and, distracted.
So this gal, her weapon is a microphone.
It's
and
Nico.
She is.
It's just Nico Ni.
But she's like
the acclaimed series Nico Ni.
But I think it's funny that she's like, I'm an idol, but she's clearly not when there are idols in your group.
Yeah, that was a particularly brutal shot right there. I feel like it would have been more impactful if I knew what the heck those monsters are supposed to be made of. They're like hard but pierceable / like soft enough to turn into smoke, so like I'm having a difficult time just keeping up.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think you can keep up with this show. Like I paid very
Look at this
close
computer.
attention.
Oh, I want them to show it again. It does not make any sense. The only thing I could describe is maybe that the whole thing is a screen or like a touchpad, and they've just layered on plastic to prevent you from touching the whole thing, like those keyboard covers they'd give you in elementary school. Look at them.
They are.
They don't make any sense.
Yeah,
how does that work? You
well,
don't
no, they
bend it like that.
Okay, here's the part I remember like the most. So now they're like, we need to train. We need to have fighting moments and practice against each other. So we're gonna divide you into grades and have you fight each other.
Luckily, we've gotten enough money from the government to wait. There's the cloaked person.
Yeah. So now have high school third years fighting middle school first years. That's what they said. Imagine
getting government funding to do this.
Just have 16 and 17-year-olds fight 12-year-olds.
Then again, I would not doubt a 12-year-old taking down a 16-year-old because boy, it really just depends on how much sugar you give them. Like rack someone up with a voltage and man, just windmill arms. And when that pair of windmill arms has like an axe, then oh man, there's legitimate like they want to attack each other.
Yeah,
because these are the club. Okay, that's not okay. Hey, please don't have your inappropriate sexual harassment in the X-Men Danger Room. Thank you.
See, it's so there's a fight going on, and they're like, "Hey, let's look at these 3 characters, and then the cloaked figure." And it's like, all right, that's it.
Also, they do have characters swinging around large weapons and firing energy guns, and they're just standing on the sidelines. Like, maybe you should also be inside at this point.
Safety is not their concern.
Clearly.
And now we get a little joke thing about how they're tired. And that's it. And it lasts too long.
Yeah. You need to whip things into shape. I wonder if it's because they're high schoolers.
No,
trying to wait. No, are those the middle schoolers?
Those the girl with the long hair, the like bushy hair, is high school, but the rest of them were middle school.
Good lord. Wait, then how are they in the same club?
They're all here. It's not.
Yeah, this is a school with many things going on. Okay, this is our trio that we saw before. I'm most attached to them simply from the first impressions. So
yeah. And
oh man, see, most magical girl shows understand this. When you're dealing with a watcher like me, You can motion blur. You can only give one character hair color at a time because my attention span can't take anything more complicated than that.
Yep, there is a very, very large disconnect when it comes to creating consistent characters that are easy to pick out of a crowd. And don't worry, it gets worse.
Mm-hmm. Remember, Miki doesn't have... She has the mauve-colored red hair. Not the blood orange colored hair. No, sorry, she's the one with blood orange hair.
And then
the middle schoolers win. Hey, wait, how did they win?
Because
they're all blaming Miki, but she just kind of lost her sword.
All right, come on.
What is going on? Is this are they getting tested?
Yeah.
What is that? That is stupid looking. She's got like a multi-user dual disc with lasers on the end.
So she's new, but
oh no.
Why did she wear a hoodie to disguise herself?
Drama.
But here's where it gets confusing. It's the same character as the main character. It's Miki, except with long hair.
Her hair color is slightly different, just barely.
Well, there you go.
No. Oh, that's torture.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
So the episode 1 has ended. So that is Battle Girl High School. I'm sure that if you watch it a little bit more, it would get more tangible.
You know what? I was going to criticize your word choice, but no, that's perfectly fine because I can't literally grasp anything that's going on.
All right, are you ready for the game?
Maybe I'm dumb. What?
You ready for the game that I have set aside?
Sure.
Name 5 characters.
When we tested this out, you said, Brantley, let's make sure we don't have lots of empty space. And here you pull this on me. Miki? Subaru.
Do you remember the other?
Dunked into a hole where I land into the pit of vague idol concert goers that are waving around their neon batons. They just bat me around like a badminton shuttlecock. That's my fate.
So the only other 2 I know, I can't even name 5. Oh, well, I can say Mitsaki, who was introduced literally right at the end. There's Mimi and Sakura, and that's the only 5 characters that I can name. So
wait, Mimi was a different character? I thought that was like a pet name for Miki.
No, Mimi's a different character.
I'm gonna vomit. It's just coming up. It's coming up. Oh.
So Battle Girl High School. I looked it up on Reddit. And the last episode only had 14 upvotes, so it did not do very well in terms of garnering a following.
That's not even as many upvotes as the characters. A couple people got left behind.
So this show is bad, and what's weird is that it does something that you want to do that you don't want to do in a magical girl anime, and that is have too many characters that just kind of show up. So the game, I did find out the game is a social network idol game. So the game is an idol game first, magical girl game second.
Mm-hmm.
It has a 4.6 out of 5 on the Crew app. So the app was at least
a moneymaker.
It was at least fun. I found some gameplay of it. I'll stream the gameplay real quick so we can take a look at what we see. Sorry, I just accidentally.
That's okay.
So we'll do this. So here is the. It's not really showing, is it?
I am clicking and I do not see.
All right. So
I heard something.
You heard it. So the game is essentially just it is like really bad, like really cheap, like not the animation is like very very stiff, like dull.
Are they puppeted? Yeah, they little puppet sprites.
They're puppeted. And it has it's kind of like a simulator where you get a character and you dress them up and then you do things like a Tamagotchi, except way creepier. And are you watching it?
No, I just like the description.
Oh yeah. And
I want to use that for all gacha games now. Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
And there is actual fight mechanics and combat, but apparently it people liked it. I'm not sure if like I would like it, but people enjoyed it. And then the anime has a 5.9 out of 10 on my anime list.
Wow.
So
that's pretty low for like just a modern seasonal anime. You rarely get scores like that. Usually they stay above the 6 threshold.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I agree. So I think the biggest problem with this is like you look at like Sailor Moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably talk about Sailor Moon a lot on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor Moon has quite a cast of characters. Besides, but you have the 5 main Sailor Scouts, you have the outer Sailor Scouts, you have a few other characters that will pop in, you have Chibiusa, you have a bunch of characters in it, but they're introduced slowly.
Yeah.
You start out with Usagi, then you get Rei and Ami, and then you get Sailor Venus and Sailor Jupiter, and it's so by the time that there are a ton of characters, by the time there's over 10 characters that you're going to be seeing consistently, you're already kind of warmed up to the idea, so you don't need to get the day in the life of these characters to find out. But when you have 13 episodes to introduce all your characters and your premise and everything else, it gets messy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when you look at most shows with large casts of characters, even like Boku no Hero, even though it's not Magical Girl, it has a large cast of characters.
Mm-hmm.
And while the characters aren't necessarily deep all the time, they're at least memorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, boy, I am at a loss for words, I think. I've rarely seen a cast this homogenous before. At the same time, never seen them introduced all at once. Like, I feel like even I have seen the first episode of Love Live. They do something similar where they're just throwing characters at you. But at least there they definitely have one central character that you're supposed to pay attention to as like the glue. I feel like I did not get that with Battle Girl High School. Like we got Miki front and center at first, and then like disappearing in and out. You know what? When they're having like a scene where they're fighting and talking, it feels like the shonen anime thing where everyone signs off and says like a little character trait quote. Except that was the whole show. It's just like gotta say my character thing. And they just do that in like a 16 count loop, and then the loop would reset and they'd go again. Maddening is all I can describe it as.
It is pure chaotic energy in the form of a magical girl show.
Yeah.
I'm on the My Anime list right now looking at reviews, and while most people are like, yeah, the show's not good, or this is a pass, I found someone who has a incredibly long review of the show.
Why did we make a podcast episode on this? We should have just read that out loud.
It is a... Hold on one second. I put it on. It is a 2.5 page long review on Magical Girl, on the Magical Girl show, Battle Girl High School.
Double space?
It is, no single space.
Oh.
And it's 4,228 words.
Yikes.
It's great. And the person gave it an 8. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. You can like shows, even if I don't like them.
Yeah.
But they go into depth on every single character and tell the person reading it why you would like it. And you know what? I'm proud.
That's commendable.
It's very commendable.
I understand like the capacity of a show like this for essentially like productive fan work, right? Like there's a productivity in just being imaginative and kind of filling in the gaps. By giving you little character quips and stuff like that, people can make assumptions based on genre traits and tropes. And so it's like, okay, I know where this character lands generally, so I can see that this bond is going to go in this direction. It's basically, it's like, you and I might take this as like, oh, these characters are predictable. Someone else might see that as a boon because they can see what trajectory they're going to take, and therefore they like already sympathize with what that character is built as. It's a matter of perspective and perception. But man, I have a difficult time. Like I like to write fan fiction occasionally about things that I'm digging too deep into, but I have a difficult time doing that when I can't shake the feeling that the entire watching experience is a fever dream.
Oh, it's impossible to follow, and it's not supposed to be. There are shows that you watch and you're like trying to figure out what is going on. You're trying to kind of make those connections. This one, you're trying to do that, but you're not sure why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do have a question for you, Grant. What do you think the hurry is?
The what?
What's the hurry? You know, like they're definitely trying to compress it and go to get through this. What do you think that is?
Budget. Or are you talking about in universe?
No, not in universe. Just like, just why did they feel the need to, like, for instance, introduce every single main character all in this first episode, and in fact, before the halfway point of the first episode?
I think, well, judging by the member favorites of these characters on my anime list, most people, so they have, this person has 6 members of my anime list have her as the favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all about 5 to like 10. So my guess is that when they were making it, they were basically using the mobile game, the social network game, as a way to like judge, all right, what characters do we put in?
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I've never played the game. I don't think they have like a main character team in there. Mm-hmm. I think you build it based off of who you get. Right. Miki is definitely the one that gets she's front and center in most of the advertisements. But I think they were just like, oh shit, we need to make sure that every single person who plays this game gets to see their favorite animated, and we need to do it right away.
You've opened my eyes to something. Grant, how long is a commercial typically?
About 30 to 40 seconds.
That's what it feels like this show is being run as. Like a series of advertisements. Like you could clip any one of these sections out. Like a single given like battle interaction may take like 15 to 30 seconds, of like, hey, some characters are gabbing about something. Like I could see this bumpered with like a quick like 2 or 3 second Battle Girl High School star wipe, woo, and then it goes into one of these little goofy scenes. It feels like the entire thing can be broken into tiny commercial chunks. And I guarantee that's not how they designed it, but boy, it feels appropriate.
It does. So, I found out that this show is compared a lot to another social network game anime called Super Schoolgirl Strikers. And they both have under 6. And everyone is basically saying there is too much going on and it is hard to follow.
Yeah.
So that's that. So what are your final opinions on Battle Girl High School as a show? What do you think that it does as a magical girl show? And what influence do you think that this has on the genre as a whole?
That's clearly, Grant, if I can't keep track of 16 characters, you must know I also can't answer 3 questions at once. So let me try to follow this in reverse. What influences do I think this had? Money and very little time. I know I should abridge that. Very little money and very little time. Let's see. Second question. What does this do for magical girls? Very little. I appreciate that this is another in like the sort of battle focused genre of magical girl shows. I feel like one of the strengths of the genre is that you get to dabble in a lot of almost like spectral variations from like masculine to feminine. And so I can appreciate that, yeah, we have a version where they're just swinging around big weapons and fighting Digimon. It's pretty sad though that they don't let that fighting be front and center.
Right.
It's clearly like kind of tacked on, but everything in the show is. So I guess that's my final review. It feels like this show is tiny, well understood facets of marketing and storytelling, and each one of them gets one sticky note, and then they tack them all up onto a corkboard, and then try to put something together.
Right.
Which is okay. Just I don't have the capacity to handle it.
Yeah, I wonder if the show would be a better understood concept if they had more than 12 episodes.
I thought you were going to say more than 12 characters, and I was going to freak out thinking like 4 of them I had made up in my mind as we went along.
No, so actually you missed someone. There are 17 characters in the main cast.
Oh, that's right, because they added her at the end, Misaki, or whatever.
But that's not counting the teachers. If you count the teachers, it's a total of 21. 21 characters. But the thing is that's it. That's all the characters in the show. You don't get side characters. Everyone is a side character.
It's funny because like from like a game perspective, I like the idea of, hey, give the player everything up front and then let them figure it out as they go along. Totally contradicting that and experiencing this show. But what do you know? Humans aren't flawless. They fall prey to their own expectations and perceptions.
I didn't have any expectations for this show.
You're so lucky.
I will say though, Fortissimo, their little idol band that they have in it actually has songs. So if you're interested, you could probably find them and listen to them and be like, okay.
Fortissimo makes the Magical Girl opening songs for other Magical Girl shows.
Do they?
No, but it sounded like it. It sounds like the same sort of vague hype music that you get in something like Symphogear or shows of its ilk.
Well, Symphogear makes Symphogear music. That's true.
That's what they're competing up against.
it really is. It's. I know we probably shouldn't compare it to Symphogear all that much, but there is a lot of like direct parallels. I think that Symphogear does. This show wanted to have the idol / fighting thing going on, but the problem is it separated it. So you only got an idol show sometimes and a magical girl show at other times, while Symphogear was like, let's just do them at the same time. So you had the songs and they were part of the combat, so you were able to fit in these songs and these hype moments with these idol-like characters into the action, into the show where there were stupid fights and dumb explosions, and you are a little bit more excited about it.
I will say this, it's very smart of them to hire up 16 magical girls because that makes the work go faster. Very pragmatic.
Very pragmatic. Well, I mean,
if there's like 20 monsters that show up at a time, then why don't we hire like 20 people?
I will say there was the part where the 2 girls were fighting the Digimon out in the barren wasteland that is parallel
where
to
Dragon
this.
Ball fight scenes happen.
Right. And they said, why do they always show up? We made fun of it because they said, why do these always show up when we're on duty? That could mean that they're only on duty while everyone else gets to take a break. So maybe they have this large force of magical girls so that they don't tire the shit out of 3.
But they all do go to school at the same time.
That's true. So some of them are going to be tired and some of them are not going to be tired, depending on who had the shift that night.
Do you remember when we talked about the person who wrote that long review and made something more out of what the show actually is?
Yeah.
I think they got us. I think we're doing it. I think maybe we should wrap this up.
All right. So what was your favorite thing about Battle Girl High School, Brantley?
No. Don't make me do this.
All right. Thank you so very much for listening to our first episode of Familiar Territory. If you like it, subscribe or or do whatever you want to do.
Stick around.
Your boss. I'm not your dad.
We're not your class president out in front of the school slamming the kendo sword to say, hey, get in here. You're going to be late. Also, by extension of that, I will be late because I'm watching for late people. That bugs me so much.
But please keep an eye out if you're interested. And thank you for listening. As I said earlier, my name is Grant.
My name is Brantley.
And thank you for listening to Familiar Territory.